Hello everybody. This week I'm on board the Celebrity Summit and I'm giving you my
Top 10
list that things that certain individuals do that irritate your fellow cruise passengers to no end. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Stay tuned. Hello everybody, this is your man, the Bus Man, bringing you another episode of On the Road. This channel is your gateway to all of my travel tips, guidance, and advice on all things related to motorcycling, motovlogging, cruise, and destination vacations. For those of you watching who have already subscribed to my channel, thank you very much, it is appreciated. With your support, my channel is slowly but surely growing. For those of you watching who have not yet subscribed, my only ask is that if you like the content, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and ringing that bell for future notifications. It's absolutely free. There's no commitment, no obligation, and doing so will only let you know when I put out future content. So, without further ado, pitter patter, let's get at her. So as I talked about in the intro, this week I'm on board the Celebrity Summit on a 5-night cruise which departed from the port of Miami with ports of call in Cozumel, Mexico and the Grand Cayman. I'm having an absolutely fantastic time on this trip, but like any vacation, you're going to come across certain individuals who do certain things that cause nothing but aggravation, frustration, and consternation for your fellow cruise passengers. And when you know what these things are, you can avoid them and not be one of those people. So, let's just jump right into it, shall we? All right, so before I begin, this list is in no particular order, as each of these things, as you run into them, can be as equally as aggravating as the other. So, item number 1 is the dreaded chair hog. So, this also applies to people who reserve or hog seats anywhere else on the cruise ship other than the pool. So, we'll start with the pool. If you're done using your deck chair, as a courtesy, you should remove your towels and your belongings and leave the chair open and available for someone else to use. More often than not, including on this cruise, I've seen people come up and they'll put their daily planner or a towels with a towel clip, some other indicator that the chair is otherwise occupied, and then they disappear for 3, 4, 5 hours and sometimes never come back to use the chair at all. So this is no good. This is not acceptable. Don't be one of those people. Don't be a chair hog. Secondly, this also applies to the buffet or the theater or any other place where there's public seating on the cruise ship. Use it or lose it. That's my motto. So, all right. So the second item on the list is kids out of control. And I've been on some cruises where parents are not overly diligent in watching their children, especially at the pool and in the theater. With the pool, they're running around at breakneck speeds, tripping over people, falling on people in their lounge chairs, cannonballing in the pool, kicking and splashing. These are all no-goes. In the theater, again, running around in and down the aisles, up and down the stairs, screaming and yelling. Again, not good, especially on a celebrity cruise where the demographic of cruiser is generally a little older. But regardless, if you're a parent, then exercise your parental skills and keep those kids under control. So my third item on the list is the line cutter. So again, it should go without saying that whether you're at Cafe El Baccio, at the buffet, at the movie theater, at one of the bars, you should always take your turn in line and wait like everyone else. Myself included, I'm not any different than anyone else, and no one else is any more special than any other passenger either. So nobody likes a line cutter. So get to the back of the line, work your way forward, place your order, get out of the line. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and it's the right thing to do, and it will not infuriate your fellow cruise passenger when you cut in front of the line with some excuse like, oh, I just had to use the washroom. Oh, I forgot my CPAS card. Well, if you have to use the washroom and you forgot your CPAS card, there's a place for you when you come back. It's the back of the line. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Now, there are exceptions to the rule, of course. If your husband, wife, or partner is already in the lineup and working their way forward, then of course you can join your husband or whatever. And there's also accommodations that are made for people who are handicapped or have mobility issues. So I'm talking about a general rule of thumb, not the exceptions. All right, so the next item on the list, item number 4 of things that irritate your fellow cruise passengers are the pier runners. And this one happens all the time. So if you're booked on an excursion or you're leaving the ship to partake in whatever adventure that excites you, please make sure that you get back to the cruise ship on time, because all of the people who followed the rules and return to the boat at the correct time, boarding time or earlier, don't want to wait for you, or even worse, watch you walking on the pier, dawdling along on the pier, completely myopic and obtuse to what's going on around you. We are not the center of the universe, so get back on board in a timely manner, and you can avoid being one of the YouTube channel special pier runners. Now, there is an exception to this rule, of course. If you're on an excursion that was booked through the cruise line, and in this specific case, Celebrity Cruise Line, if that excursion runs late, then the boat is not going to leave without you, and you do not fall into this category. You're not a pier runner. That's kind of, from what I can see, the only exception to the rule. So don't be a pier runner. All right, item number 5 on the list is people who overindulge or otherwise can't handle the alcohol. These are the people that probably should never be allowed to book a drinks package. Perhaps they're the first people like, oh, I guess it's the first time that person's ever had a drink. I think we all know what I'm talking about. So, yes, you may have a drinks package. Yes, it may be unlimited. However, that's not a license to be completely obnoxious, loud, aggressive. Ever hear or see of the mean drunk? People don't want to see puke in the hallways. They don't want to see you tripping and stumbling and bumbling over yourself at the pool or in the local bars. The liquid courage, as it were. So just kind of slow the roll, sit back, relax, enjoy your libation, enjoy your beverage, and in doing so responsibly, you will allow all of your fellow cruise passengers to enjoy their cruise as well. All right, item number 6 on the list is excessive noise inside your cabin or your stateroom balcony. Many of us use our stateroom as a bit of a refuge to get away from the hustle and bustle, the partying, the loud music, and a lot of the other things. We like to come in, maybe take a nap, relax, listen to some quiet music, read a book. So the last thing that anyone wants to hear is excessive partying, loud banging, screaming and yelling, blaring loud ghetto blasters on the balcony. This type of stuff is uncool, as it were. So again, we're noticing a bit of a trend and a theme in all of these. It's basic common sense and a little respect and a little courtesy for your fellow cruise passenger. So keep things to a dull roar in the stateroom. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Item number 7 of things that people do that irritate their fellow cruise passengers is rude and disrespectful behavior towards both your fellow cruise passenger and the crew. I'm sure we've all seen examples of this, but the one I'll recite is the one that stands out to me the most. And it was on a recent cruise. Some friends of mine and myself were at the Martini Bar on an evening chic night. And there was a self-reported, self-entitled individual who proclaimed herself to be retreat class and believed that she was special and was allowed to have multiple drinks by showing her single C-Pass card. Well, she berated the martini bartender and was argumentative, obstinate, disrespectful, rude, to the point where I was embarrassed for her. It was absolutely ridiculous. And then when someone else intervened and tried to explain to her that one C-Pass card, one drink, that's how drinks packages work, well, let me tell you, she gave that guy both barrels too. So it's completely unnecessary, completely uncalled for, and let's just avoid all of the discourteousness and all of the discord and follow the rules, show some respect, and enjoy what we're all here to enjoy, that cruise life. All right. Item number 8 on the list. 5 and 3. Item number 8 is one that I see all the time, and that is people sitting at slot machines when they're not playing the slot machine. So if the casino is empty or otherwise not busy, then it's not an issue. If the casino is full, popping, and there's a lot of action going around, then it's probably not a good idea to be sitting at a slot machine if you're not playing it. There are people who want to play those slots. So there is a bar in the casino you can go to sit back, relax, and have a drink. There's lots of lounges. There's no shortage of seating areas anywhere in the cruise ship. So by all means, if you're planning on playing the slot machine or you're thinking of playing the slot machine, then there's no issue. But I think we can all agree there's lots of people who just use the slot machine as a place to have a drink and relax. So don't be one of those people. Item number 9 on the list of things that people do that irritate their fellow cruise passengers. Oh, it's poor buffet etiquette. And some of the things that I'm sure we've all seen, but I'll highlight a few of the ones that come to mind. I've seen some individual who was at the mashed potato and gravy in the carvery section stick his finger into the mashed potatoes to see if they were hot or not. Really? This morning at the buffet, at the fruit station, I watched somebody pick up an orange, and they walked away, and she's sniffing the orange. She turns around, she comes back, she puts the orange back in the bowl. I got no words. On a previous cruise, it was probably around midnight or so. It was on the Celebrity Solstice on the Mexican Riviera cruise I was recently on. Myself and a number of other guests were lined up at the pizza station to get a slice of pizza. And this person who was directly in front of me, we're all waiting for, I forgot to mention, we're all waiting for a fresh pizza to be put out because there was no pizza. So the staff member took a pizza out of the oven, cut it up into the pieces, put it into the display. And what does this bozo do? He takes one by one every single slice of the of the pizza And he puts it on his plate and he walks away. And we're all looking at each other going like, dude, did that just happen? Really? Like, completely oblivious. You want to talk about myopic and obtuse? He just left all of us standing there, waiting for the next buy to come along, which, by the way, was 7 minutes. That's how long it takes. And I know that because we all stood there and waited for 7 minutes for the next pie. Yeah. So a couple other things that irritate cruise passengers in the buffet is when you go up with your dirty plate and you start scooping more food back on. No, we don't do that. We always get a clean plate, and then with every course that you go, you get another clean plate. I could go on, but I think we all get the point. Good buffet manners. And the last item on my list of things that people do that irritate your fellow cruise passenger is elevator etiquette, or the lack thereof. So, when you're at the elevator and you hit the button, going up, going down, doesn't matter. The doors will open when the car arrives. Let the people who are in the elevator, who are getting off on that deck, come out first, and then enter the elevator, select your floor, and enjoy the ride. How many times have we seen the car arrive, the door opens, and then people barrel into the elevator, and perhaps the elevator's already full, and people are trying to work their way forward in this packed elevator to get off on the floor that they've been waiting to get off on. So, ding dong, hello. So again, let the people who are getting off on that deck get off first, then you get on, and if everybody does that, elevators will be easy peasy, no issues, no hassles. Cruise life is good. So that is my top 10 list of things that people do that irritate their fellow cruise passengers. Lastly, if you like this content, my only ask is to hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for future notifications, and if nothing else, give me a thumbs up, hit that like button. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. And with that, thank you very much in advance. And now, I'm going to call this one a wrap. I am the bus man. You take care, be well, and I'll see you on the road. Aye aye, and goodbye. Peace. You take care, everybody.